pals, Never here from Drake Queen Game, and some of you on Twitter, The Gaming Drag. Today I'm coming back at you with another Let's Play episode of Endless Labyrinth of Night Roads. So yeah, before we jump into it, just want to let y'all know that our Patreon is now for as little as $5. Y'all can help support the channel, get some awesome rewards like permanent access to our community Discord server, and full access to upcoming not safe for work videos. Anyway, y'all, let's go ahead and jump right back in. Alarm chain, you were up, and let's go. Alright. I'm not as unoriginal as to fall into the same river again. Again? Yeah, middle school, late spring. You were literally there. You sure? You were the one who tried to catch me like you just did. But you know, with much less success. How did you forget it? Sorry, it's hard to remember school. But it wasn't school, it was the two of us. Sorry. Don't stress about it. I guess it was almost a decade ago after all, which is surreal to think about. Time flies. I guess so. Hey, you being the... what? You being the twins? Oh my. Remember that time you, me, and the twins took a ride to Izuruba Bay and spent the entire evening grooving at a rock fest during winter vacation? How can I forget? It was the point they settled on their usual fashion style. Oh, lower the music a bit. There you go. How can I forget? That was the point they settled on their usual fashion style. Just two quick wardrobe changes away from impersonating each other. A trickster duo of wannabe musicians on their way to become rock stars. When was the last time you've seen them in person? Back during graduation. They try to take roots at Izuruba Bay nowadays. Kinda. They've been all over the place, you're included. They were kinda quiet though as of recently. Well, you know how it is with them. Either they're doing something interesting or nothing at all. And as funky as performing at underground concerts is, one still needs cash if they want to afford living there. Apparently someone forgot to tell that to them. They're adaptable. Nothing to pay rent with? Get the cheapest pair of tickets here and find the least time-consuming day job and grind whatever album, space opera, interactive audio experience they're working on at the moment until they have enough to pay rent for another couple of months there. Why not just put stuff on pause? Find better jobs and get back to stuff when they're in a more stable situation. Kinda ironic to hear it coming from you. What's that supposed to mean? You're an artist, aren't you? Shouldn't you be the one to understand the romanticized passion of creativity or whatever? Maybe once I'll have enough cash to actually do what I want, but before then, save up, do a bunch of low-production improvisionary stuff, put myself on a map. It's a wonky balance. Do I want to do what I want and what I have to? Hey, I'm always up to throw some cash towards a starving artist if it helps you do stuff you want. Thanks. Maybe I'll take you at your word someday, but right now I need to figure out how to be financially independent. Not everyone can be an artistic nomad like the Noodle and Canali. The Noodle and Canali? Oh, goodness. Good lord. Alright, let's go back a little bit. I'm kind of curious as to the rest of that conversation. Let's see. Spectres of the Swords. Oh, remember the Spectres of the Swords? New season is right around the corner. The big conclusion. Oh, right, I liked it back in the day. And now you don't? It's a neat show, but also, you know, it has a very strong teen energy. What's bad about that? Nothing really, but sometimes it feels like wanting to show itself as more grown up than the kiddie stuff. Which we enjoyed, but we're made embarrassed for doing so. Teen media tends to jump the shark to differentiate itself as much as possible, becoming needlessly dark and violent. It's not like I don't enjoy it, but I don't know, I just feel patronized. Well, who knows, maybe the edgy teen stuff is the new kid stuff of adulthood. Like, okay, an introspective tale of one guy's life or happy-go-lucky comedy is good and all, but the dark and violence sometimes just hits that mood when I'm frustrated at everything and need to passively blow off some steam. And hey, don't forget your role in hooking me up on them. Huh? Don't me. You recommended me one of these shows back when I was somewhat down around the time when my parents started to pressure me with all the school stuff. Like, it felt angry. Abstractly angry. It wasn't the boring adult anger like when you understand the problem and that someone can fix it but doesn't for some reason. It felt sincere. We don't go through the same problems, but our feelings are the same regardless. And there was comfort in that. And there still kinda is. Wow, that was quite introspective of you. Well, I had a lot to think about. Being back in town and all. You sure you don't remember it? To be fair, it's quite a specific moment you're asking me about. Yeah. Listen, you sure that your foggy memories are nowhere related to, Twilight Highway? Oh, for wolf's sake, yes! Yes, I am. You have no idea how often I get asked about the highway whenever I bring up something even slightly related to health. Even then, I do regular medical checkups every few months, especially when it comes to heart conditions. Okay, just curious. You spend a lot of time there, after all. Say it again. Half a decade by this point. Say that again. Half a decade by this point. I think that if not for some lucky draw of genes, I wouldn't be able to become a drifter until about now, counting training and such. Huh. Synesthesia. What? Synesthesia. Apparently it's something I have. Alright, so... let me see. A comic about a cosmic dog. Oh, remember that comic about a cosmic dog that you liked back in school days? Firstly, which one? Secondly, I still like it. Firstly, I can discern them. Secondly, really? 1 second now. Water time. Alright, ladies and gents, and we are back. Alright. Just get to what you wanted to ask. I think I ended up editing for a podcast where they've been talking about it. You can't be serious. Someone actually paid you to listen to comic book talk? The fact that I even remembered parts of it is a tragedy. Had to edit a bunch of visuals and clips for it as well. What exactly were they even talking about? Nonsense. There's no other way of saying it. Okay, can you describe to me some of the characters or plot points so I can understand if it's even Star Doggo related? Well, there were those guys wearing ties, selling pies, who were secret spies, eavesdropping over some washed-up pup, going through some crap, really needing a nap. Could be that a trio of Rio, Mio, and Dio from a Big O? Oh my god, or no. Was it a Star La with Pro Rojo as a main foe? What the fuck am I saying? I mean, there was a bird-looking dude who was mute and a bit rude, but I wouldn't call him an evil brute. Huh. Oh, duh. Could it be that you saw Ra from afar? I guess. All this mess gives me endless stress, no less. That's what sets the best of the best from the rest. Confusion over convolution of all the sci-fi solutions towards vigilante prosecutions? More so soul sensation of elements and concepts interconnection. Like seriously, without messing around, there's two sides to it and both come from nearly a century of history behind them. At first is seeing how all the creative folks end up making sense of all the contradictory and bizarre ideas working together, a chaotic wonder. Second, on the other hand, is taking some parts of that history and making an independent cohesive story out of it. And that's not even talking about the media of comics itself. Aha. Remind me, who's the dude that was sitting left from you in school for the last few years? Name of your first date? I think it was around 4 letters long. Name of the street our school was at. And yet somehow you have space in your brain box for all that? I have my priorities. Listen, you sure that foggy memory is in no way related to, Twilight Highway? Oh, for wolf's sake, yes! Yes, I am. You have no idea how often I get asked about the highway whenever I bring up something even slightly related to health. And even then, I do regular medical checkups every few months, especially when it comes to heart conditions. Okay, just curious. You spend a lot of time there, after all. Say that again. Half a decade by this point. I think that if not for some lucky draw of genes, I wouldn't be able to become a drifter until about now, counting training and such. Heh, synesthesia. What? Synesthesia. Apparently it's something I have. The way it's described is an additional perception of a certain sense or something, like being able to smell colors. You can smell colors? Well, no, the one I have is sound to vision, so I guess the way I see stuff isn't the same as you do. Whoa. Wait, how would seeing sounds help you become a drifter? They basically reverse engineered the whole thing. And when the Conqueror's generation was coming to its end and Thor, Twilight Highway organization and research started to firmly establish itself after the prolonged research, one of the first things they started to play around was with all the sound stuff, including the reaction of folks with sound-related conditions. Basically, the sounds that the highway makes indicates the speed at which one is supposed to traverse it. And the better you are at tuning to those sounds, the faster you'll cross it. So yeah, a better perception of those sounds turned out to be a huge plus when it comes to being a drifter. So good indeed that sound of vision synesthesia is one of the few exceptions towards becoming Drifter before turning 21. So, synesthesia? Seeing sounds. What a fascinating thing. Can't say much. Have nothing to compare with. Don't worry. I bet that in a decade or two we'll have some kind of filter that'll let me see what you do. I can already imagine taking a picture of a sound. Whew, that concept alone is so neat. Ha, what a joy to have a passion. Oh, come on, what can tell me that you don't have anything similar? I mean, yeah, there's the whole Twilight Highway thing, but I doubt that it's as powerful as yours nowadays. A passion is a passion, you just burned out. That happens, especially if you make your life living out of it. Speaking from experience, dunno, maybe you're right. Nowadays, it's just become so mundane. Traveling across the entire world, majority of the world. And even then, unless I already am in a different part of the network, I won't get an order to go outside the one I'm already in for a good while. I have to specifically ride to another one to keep things fresh. What a tragedy. Things would definitely be more interesting if your stupid college was located near one of them. A few days both you and back was too much. Both to you and back was too much, especially with our never aligning schedules. Who knows how things would have been if we had more opportunity to see each other. What if all this wondering is just dust in the wind? As much as I am bummed out cause of it myself, let's not forget that I'm back in town. Now it'll be much harder for you to find excuses not to hang out. Old, grumpy, old weasel face. Huh, so it is. Well then, shall we go? Where? Let's grab a bite at Instant Hawk. I'm starving. Besides, pretty sure I have to finish that can of tea by this point. It's been ages. Actually, let's go already. Oh, nah, man, I love the art. Ooh, trippy. Fresh and convenient? Nah. Cold tea, chips, cheese? Anything else? Hey, Jer? Yeah? Do you know the Twilight Stranger? Huh? Oh, yeah, it came out a few months ago. Wasn't invested enough to give it a read. Our journey begins in a distant past or the birth of automobiles. Our hero, a biker skeptical of this new invention that took the fancy world of the rich by storm. Due to a loan, they had to take an opportunity given to them by a mysterious stranger, proposing to test a new model of automobiles by traveling through a dangerous Twilight Highway, known for taking the lives of hundreds of fools who tried to traverse it before. After a failed test drive, they get stranded in seemingly endless paths of Twilight Highways, for weeks miraculously getting out of it, only to find out that they traveled about 200 years into a future, into an age of conquerors of the Twilight Highway. Dude, this sounds like one heck of a story. Heh, seems like just another story written by someone who has no idea about the inner workings of the Twilight Highway. Alright, y'all, I'm gonna go ahead and pause it right there. Thank y'all so much for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, ring that notification bell, and check out our Patreon if you can. It always helps. Alright, I love you all. I'll see you on the next video. Bye-bye!